It is about time that we no longer keep quiet about certain issues again. If you're watching me, tag Sean Paul in the video. It's about time we respond to every lie he's been lying and everything he's been saying about me. I've been patient and kept mute over his attacks on me for a longer time. But it's about time we put things straight the way it is. Before we watch his video, I will urge you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Facebook and also on TikTok. The name is UTI Dawa. And don't forget to donate to support to our Dawa and to help us in building our studio. May Allah bless and reward you. May Allah give you Jannah for investing into the ways of Allah. May Allah reward you. Assalamu alaikum.
Dofono e nyankopon se wati afri malamfo bebra no se Yesu Kristo oba no ma. He created a life bed. And untino the title of creating something, creating a new life, e nyankopon, of course. And unti se Yesu Kristo atimi aba no ma dia. And then now we nyankopon into Islam. No no kwa some people be brina no sa asem no mo se enunti no mu Islam.
Most people say that Jesus Christ is God because according to him it is some Muslims and some ulama who have been saying that Jesus Christ alayhi salatu wasalam has created a life bed, and to him the creation title is only attributed to God, Allah Azza wa Jalla. And so if the Muslims assert and make claims that Jesus Christ alayhi salatu wasalam has created something, then the Muslims assert or make claims that Jesus Christ alayhi salatu wasalam has created a bed, then obviously it is the Muslims who has opened door to people to think that Christ alayhi salatu wasalam is God. That's by his logic. So due to that, he's been having complaints of people leaving Islam because they said Jesus Christ alayhi salatu wasalam has created a bed, a life bed. Now, so he is about to teach the entire Muslim world. He's even about to teach Ibn Kathir, Imam Qurtubi, Tabarani. He's about to teach all the Mufassir and the entire Muslims of the world the Quran today. Let's listen to him and then come.
Some ya make us say mi ubufumi kwa. Hey, you want some baby or malam for actually ya and fuck him. I was say ye man no kran dey di chen say mbobo ya baso o ya diu but me twa nkontompo.
According to the scholar of our time, he said there are so many things that the ulama has been teaching us that doesn't make sense. It doesn't tally to logic, and so it is better you hate him than him saying things that will make people applaud him. These things are so funny listening to him though. If all the entire scholars are not teaching sensible things, and if the scholars are all liars, then which books did you read to make you a scholar? Who certified you to make you a scholar to talk about Islam in the first place? If all the entire scholars who have taught Islam, who have written books about Islam are liars and they did not understand Islam, what made you, which books did you read that made you the scholar to come and condemn all of them? You see, arrogance and pride is leading people astray, and yet they don't know. The major reason why Iblis become evil is because Iblis was arrogant. You understand? Sometimes we need to give accreditations to people who know, people who have fought and have preserved and protected Islam until date. What do you know? What have you studied and what have you learned? I won't talk much. Let's listen to him. Then I rebut his statement.
Sa asemui osade bi ka ho se Yesu Kristo se di Quran esi kasa fa no ho no. E kire se wo nyankopon. Because Quran se emra ye wo no no a wodo ma me nsem no e na wo kasa ye. Sa emra wo swa no a so na otete dote e de ba no ma. Nti wo ye soronko. Many million ya says yes, Christo Barnomadia, he is God. Because the attribute of the man Yankopon Bakone say halaka on the body. He is the creator. So say when nipa be me aba bad dear life. Wo hwe eneni bia aba. Emrofo etimi robot. No mo de yes no so no ewo edwum. Ade a omuntimi nyane life no. Enka Yankopon ade omoyonko mo so ye bio. Nenso de man Yankopon ye supreme being, a supreme creator. Samad lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu ni say wo ore na bo nkwa wa ma nipa oxygen a onipa ntimi mmabi. Allahu akbar.
Senior most professor who understands the Quran more than Ibn Kathir and understands the Quran more than Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah, understands Quran more than Zakir Naik, more than Mufti Menk. He just said one of the attributes of Allah is halakah. Okay, let's get serious. It is not halakah, it's al-khaliq, the creator. Al-khaliq, not halakah. It is part of his name. It is part of the Asma'ullah. It is part of his name. It is al-khaliq, the creator, not halakah. If we want to study and learn properly, let's not wake up and begin to be attacking people out of emotions and ignorance. Now, the Arabic word al-khaliq, the Arabic grammar al-khaliq is the fa'il, it is the doer to the word khalaqa. The khalaqa is in past tense. Khalaqa means created. Al-Khaliq is the doer, the fa'il, the one that created, the creator himself. So get that at the back of your skull. So, and according to Sean Paul, he says, if Jesus Christ alayhi salatu wasalam has created a bed, then obviously to him he is God. And he said, what makes Allah azza wa jalla unique is because Allah is as-samad, he is lam yalid wa lam yulad. He mentioned a lot of titles that makes Allah azza wa jalla unique. So if Christ can make a bed, then a live bed, then he's also God. When you learn and you don't apply wisdom, you disgrace yourself in the midst of public. And when you feel like you know it all than everyone, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you your header, who will disgrace you and let you know you haven't learned anything. Let's learn to sober. Let's learn to humble ourselves. Let's not blow our own horns. Let others blow the horns for us. Now, nowhere in the Quran says Jesus Christ alayhi salatu wasalam has created a bed, a live bed with his own power. What all the scholars are saying, including the Quran, is saying is he created a likeness of a bed with the power of God. With the power of God. Nobody has ever said that Jesus Christ alayhi salatu wasalam created the bed on his own power. Note this very well. And it is, we will bring you the verses in the Quran. But before then, let's listen to him and come.
Malam sumuntie me. Ene de mini ye nuano masofo so. But meko Bible num kakra bi de but enye omo asempa na meka ne. But obi antie bi. Yes Christ wa ma no ma bia medofo no. Ene wan kasa ne nkoda abirem. Which is my head but nkofo be bra be kaso ni issues is ndi no. E me na obi sa question na ye me de. E be ma me kwa matima sa cheche nsem mu ye to feda. Yes Christ medofo no wa ma no ma. Nemom wo bo anoma na ewo hodada ene obeye ni ye mani tuye. Muntie ni ye. Yes anoma na wo bo ye no ye use the word huluk anaze halaka ana yahluku di ma no abode di ma no Quran mu na anoma no wo hodada ene obebo no ye ma no etuye.
To the professor of our time, Jesus Christ alayhi salatu wasalam did not create any bird. And then he contradicted himself that he created the bird, but the bird was already there, then he created it. And the Arabic grammar that he uses so far, he said khulq. The grammar khulq in Arabia doesn't mean creation. The grammar khulq is much more of a faculty. It's a deep-rooted instinct or faculty which enables a person to choose and adopt a course or action instantly. That is called khulq. Into khulq, it's much more of a subain than creation. How you brought the khulq is so funny over here. So I'm sometimes wondering, Apostle Chairman, who certified you and made you a student of knowledge at all? Even to interpret the Arabic is even a problem to you. Interpreting the English is another problem to you. Who gave you orders to do any correction over here? Now, let's go to Quran 3:49. Because according to St. Paul, he's calling out the entire Muslims that Isa alayhi salatu wasalam did not create any bird. He said the grammar yakhluku, according to him, or khalaqa or khuluk, or khuluk means the thing is already there and he created. And what kind of fabrications is this? Let's go to the Quran quickly. Quran 3:49. According to Quran chapter number 3 verse number 49, it says, وَرَسُولًا إِلَى بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ أَنِّي قَدْ جِئْتُكُمْ بِآيَاتٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ. وَرَسُولًا, and make him a messenger to Bani, the children Israel, children of Israel. Anni, indeed I, qad, surely, ji'itukum. This cut over here is harf al-ta'kid. Qad ji'itukum, I have come to you bi ayatin, with a sign min rabbikum, from your Lord. Akhluku, a design, not khuluq. Akhluku lakum min ad-dini kahayati at-tayri. Akhluku, a design, or I design, lakum, for you, min ad-dini, mina, from tin, the clay, kahayati, like in the form of tayri, a bed. And you are saying he did not create a bed, he did not make a bed. It was already there. Over here, he says he was the one designing it. Why do you lie? فَأَنْفُخُ فِيهِ فَيَكُونُ الطَّيْرَ بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ. فَأَنْفُخُ فِيهِ, then I breathe fihi, into it, فَيَكُونُ الطَّيْرَ, فَيَكُونُ, and it becomes طَيْرَ, a bed, بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ, بِإِذْنِ, by the permission of Allah. So over here it is telling us that he created the bed, but with the power of Allah. And I wonder if, according to some nations' logic, if you do accept that Allah can give someone power to create a bed or not. This is a verse of the Quran and you are twisting it like this. You are lying. You want to fabricate, interpolate, fabricate lies and then lie to people. Why do you do that? What benefit will it bring you? Who has ever even given you the audacity to translate the Arabia in the first place? It says, فَأَنْفُخُ فِيهِ فَيَكُونُ الطَّيْرَ بِإِذْنِ. فَأَنْفُخُ فِيهِ, then I breathe into it. فَيَكُونُ الطَّيْرَ, then it becomes a bed. بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ, by the power of Allah, not his own power. So if Isa alayhi salam created a bed by the power of Allah, it is not his own power, by the power of who? Allah. The attribute doesn't go to him, it goes to Allah. It is part of the sign which Allah Azza wa Jalla gave him. وَرَسُولًا إِلَى بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ أَنِّي قَدْ جِئْتُكُمْ بِآيَاتٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ. He has brought us signs from Allah. He has brought us signs from Allah. Why do you lie to people, St. Paul? So let's go and look at the Mufassirun. Look, we are not talking based on our own opinions, but we speak based on evidences and facts alone. From Tafsir Jalalaini, I'll present you at least 3 or 4 tafsir on this thing. From Tafsir Jalalaini, Imam Jalalaini, he says, you know, Jalalaini was written by 2 scholars, but let's put that history aside. They said, on this subject, they said, I have come to you with a sign, an indication of my truthfulness from your Lord. And it is that I will create a variant reading from the particle, including the relative clause. Anni, that I, has inni, truly indicates a new independent sentence. That is from Ibn Kathir. Indicating a new independent sentence that I will fashion for you out of a clay, like the shape of a bird, kahai at something like the shape of the calf is the subject of passive particle. Then I will breathe into it fihi, which is a suffix pronoun, which refers to the preceding calf. It will be a bird, tayran, a bird, by the leave or the will of God. This is it. Everything is on your screen. You can also read it. So, are we the liars or it is Shon Nation? The second Mufassir, which we're going to present to you, is coming from Imam Ibn Kathir. Sean Paul cannot compare himself to Ibn Kathir in field of Luga, in the field of Sirah, in the field of Hadith, or Ulum al-Quran. You have not even written a single book of Islam, which is acceptable of the Muslims worldwide. So you are not, when we talk of knowledge and people who talk for people to understand in Islam, you are not considered as even a knowledgeable person in Ahmadis, talk less of the entire Muslim world. Let's look at Quran 3 verse number 49. Anni qad ji'tukum bi ayatin min rabbikum anni akhluqu lakum min at-tini ka hay'ati at-tayri. According to Ibn Kathir, it says, I've come to you with a sign from your Lord that I designed for you out of a clay, a figure like that of a bird, and breathe into it, and it becomes a bird by Allah's leave. So it is not we who are making these things up, unless you are the Zuku who don't understand. Note this very well. My third one is coming from the father of all Mufassirun. Now, reason why I make us say, we know Amide to last one in, this last one is the father of all Mufassirun, is because this one is coming from an Ahmadi, and that is his sect. So if he calls us liars, he should be calling his scholars also liars. This is coming from Maulvi Sher Ali. Maulvi Sher Ali. And that is his Quran. He says, and I will make him a messenger to the children of Israel to say, I come to you with a sign from your Lord, which is that I will fashion out for you a creation out of clay after the manner of a bird. Then I will breathe into it a new spirit, and it will become a soaring being by the command of Allah. And I will heal the night blind and leprous, and I will quicken the dead by the command of Allah. So we are not the ones making these things up. In fact, even the Ahmadis do accept this. So it is his ignorance, his arrogance, and his too sure that is leading him into this. Now let's look at whether Jesus Christ ﷺ spoke in a cradle or he didn't in Quran 19. And the most interesting aspect of this thing is that I will be using their own sources. This is coming from the Ahmadi sources. So if he considers himself an Ahmadi, he should watch this. But before he denies that he's not an Ahmadi, watch this video before. So clearly we see he is an Ahmadi, and alhamdulillah, our brother right here will have to succumb to this tafsir. Now, in Quran chapter number 19, verse number 28, it says, فَأَتَتْ بِهِ قَوْمَهَا تَحْمِيلُ قالوا يا مريم لقد جئت شيئا فريا. Then the people, her people, they said to her, "O Mary, thou hast brought forth a strange thing." In other words, where did you get this baby from? Then they said to her again, Ya ukhta Haruna, oh sister of Aaron, not the Aaron, the brother of Moses, but because she was named after Maryam, the sister of Moses. They used that to call her. For example, when you come to we in our culture, when you are named after when someone is named after your father, you call the person your father. When someone is named after your auntie, you call the person auntie due to the respect you have for the person. So they were calling her that she's the sister of Aaron because of the respect they had for the name. Now, and this was also explained, the same thing explained by the Prophet ﷺ in the same manner. And it says, Ma kana abuki imra asau. Your father, Imran, was not a wicked man. Your father has never fornicated before. He's a righteous person. Wa ma kanat ummuki bagiya. And your mother was not unchaste. She was not unchaste woman. فَأَشَارَتْ إِلَيْهِ قَالُوا. فَأَشَارَتْ إِلَيْهِ. Then she pointed to him, the baby. قَالُوا, they said, كَيْفَ نُكَلِّمُ مَنْ كَانَ فِي الْمَهْدِ صَبِيًّا. How can we talk to one who is a child in the cradle? How can we talk to one who is a child? How can we talk to a child in a cradle? Then verse 31 says, Qala inni, Qala, he said, Inni, I, Abdullahi, am a servant of Allah. Atani al-kitaba, and was given a scripture. Waja'alani nabiyya, and made me a prophet. So this is also in your book. So where do you gather your knowledge from that even the Ahmadis don't even know? Who has been feeding you this nonsense? Let me put it that way. The problem with you is you are so arrogant to the extent that you don't even humble yourself to be taught. And you feel like you know it than anybody. You feel like you talk with arrogance and pride as if you've studied something. Nowadays, if you joke, I'll be quoting from your own books to correct you. We kept quiet, we kept mute, because we didn't want situation whereby we'll be doing back and forth against each other. Meanwhile, our agenda is to let me use it in quote, to rebuke the non-Muslims who are attacking Islam. And we were in the battlefield to schooling those non-Muslims, especially CSF. And so it wasn't necessary for us to combat each other. Now we are done with Moshe, we are after you. It will surprise you, boss. Every video you've done will be responded to. So get ready. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.